Back in April 1815, Mount Tambora unleashed the most powerful volcanic eruption ever witnessed by mankind. In this video, we'll explore how this colossal eruption led to a year so strange that summers never really came, and how that eerie time inspired the rise of modern horror literature. Mount Tambora sits on a remote Indonesian island. It had been silent for centuries, but beneath the surface, pressure was building. Then on April 10th, 1815, it exploded. The blast was so deafening that British and Dutch soldiers on nearby islands mistook it for an opening salvo. Around 90,000 people died from the eruption, famine, and diseases that followed. But it didn't just destroy villages, it sent massive amount of ash and sulfur high into the stratosphere. The ash and sulfur gases spread around the planet, forming a thin veil that blocked and reflected the sunlight. With less sunlight reaching the earth, global temperatures dropped by around 0.4 to 0.7 degrees Celsius. This sudden drop was known as global cooling. It might not sound like much, but for the planet it was devastating. In Europe, the eruption happened directly after the end of the Napoleonic Wars, when the state was already financially exhausted. As a result, Europe was especially hit hard by the year without a summer. Most of the Europe faced unseasonal snow as the temperature decreased and precipitation increased. Food became scarce and there were many riots throughout the continent, and in addition, typhus outbreak caused around 40,000 deaths. With riots, famine and epidemic in the region, volcanic ash also caused reddish-orange sunrises and sunsets, which could be seen in many paintings of that era. For example, this painting by David Friedrich, Woman Before the Rising Sun, captured one of these sunrises and accidentally became a source for us to feel this era. In Switzerland, the famous British poet Lord Byron rents a villa on Lake Geneva called Villa Diodati, but he is not there for a holiday. A scandalous separation from his wife, rumors of an affair with his half-sister, and crushing debt have forced him to leave England forever. Soon he is joined by poet Percy Shelley, Shelley's young partner Mary Godwin, Mary's stepsister Claire Clairmont, and Byron's personal physician John Polidori. But this summer was not ordinary. Global cooling has made the weather dark, cold and stormy. The group spends days trapped indoors as rain batters the villa. To pass their time, they begin to read scary ghost stories and challenge each other to invent their own. At first, no one was able to think of any good idea, but after a strange nightmare, Mary Godwin imagines a scientist bringing a creature to life, giving birth to the story of Frankenstein. Meanwhile, John Polidori, inspired by an idea from Byron, later published The Vampyre in 1819. Mount Tambora eventually settled down, and the sun returned to Europe in 1817. But the strange summer of 1816 left something behind. In the darkness of that year, two monsters were born: Frankenstein's creature and the modern vampire. A reminder that even in the darkest times, new ideas are born.